Hey class, it's Mr. Jones. Sorry for video. Sorry for the video being late today. Um, my computer. I'm just now getting the microphone to work. I'm really hoping this is working in itself. And I just got home from practice about 20 or 30 minutes ago. So this is as quick as I could do. So I do apologize. Um, but today and the last week or so, actually, we've been going over finding rhetoric or rhetorical appeals and rhetorical devices in speeches. I kind of enjoy doing this just because, you get to see firsthand rhetoric being used outside of the school or outside of the classroom. So that way, because I always get asked, when am I ever going to use English language arts outside the classroom? And this is a prime example of when you might do it. So today we're going to look at another speech, and this is about the shooting at Virginia Tech. So a little background knowledge for you all. Virginia Tech is a university that's in Blacksburg, Virginia. If any of you watch Kentucky sports, we played them in the Belk Bowl last year, and Michael Vick went there. But they're most known for the shooting that happened in 2007 or 2008. I don't remember. I think 32 people died. But it was I don't enjoy teaching, the events that led up to the speech, but I like the speeches and going over the rhetoric in it because it's also a good segue for me to kind of give you all some background knowledge or some history lessons because I kind of like history too. But that's beside the point. So what you all will be doing today is first you'll be watching this YouTube video that says Virginia Tech victim returns after being shot. It's like 7 or 8 minutes. There's nothing in the Google form that's going to be over it, but I just think it's kind of interesting for y'all to see and learn, see things through her perspective, through her lens. And then after that, you're going to read this text, and this text is a speech that Nikki Giovanni gave at the same year at the graduation following the school shooting. So the school shooting happened sometime in the school year in 2007, and Giovanni gave this speech at the graduation of 2007. So you're going to go through and read this. It's very short, and you're going to go back here and you're going to answer this Google form. I'm going to go over these questions because some of them might be confusing. So it says, after reading the speech, which rhetorical appeal do you find most often? So ethos appeals to ethics or credibility or reputation. Hey, you should buy this because so-and-so endorses it or so-and-so tells you to. They're basically saying, hey, you can trust their credibility or their reputation. Pathos, that is emotion. It can be a sad emotion. It can be a happy, any sort of emotion. That's pathos, and logos is logic. That's your stats, your data, your facts. But you notice how I called them rhetorical appeals, and down here it's asking for rhetorical devices. I'm gonna go over the difference after I finish reading it. So after reading the speech, which rhetorical device do you find used most often? And if you're stuck on this, on what rhetorical devices are, look back at the chart that you completed over the MLK speech from last Wednesday. So last Wednesday in the Google Classroom, you can look back at that chart, and it gives you a bunch of different rhetorical devices, such as anaphora, parallelism, repetition, restatement, loaded words, analogy, metaphor, simile, and there might be one or two others. I know ethos, logos, and pathos are in there. I'd rather you not use one of those three. Yeah, so I guess that is all of them. I'm pretty sure. So all you're doing here is you're just giving me one of the devices that you see in there from that chart. So next one says give at least 3 examples of the rhetorical appeal. So the answer to this question, if you put pathos, then you're going to find 3 examples strictly of pathos, and put it in here in quotation marks. If you think it's logos, you go and find 3 examples of logos and you put it in here as your answer, put it in quotation marks. And you do the same thing with the rhetorical device that you picked from right here, and you're going to provide 2 examples of that you found in the speech. I only need 2 for this one. So if you picked loaded words or something, I need 2 examples of that, or anything you pick, I just need 2 examples of it. And these 2, they kind of branch off each other. It says, after learning about some of the information about the Virginia Tech shooting, think about why the author would use a specific rhetorical appeal as opposed to other rhetorical appeals. So let's say you picked pathos. Why would the author use pathos as opposed to ethos or logos? The reason why I'm doing this, you all, is because the last week, a lot of it was me trying to help you all find or identify ethos, logos, pathos, and speech. We're still doing that, but I'm trying to kind of take the next step and have y'all explain how or why they're using it. So that's what you're doing here. So you're using this one to answer it about the rhetorical appeals, and you do see it says use at least 3 complete sentences, and you do the same thing down here with the device that you picked. And again, you're doing it in 3 complete sentences. And then it says, what is one thing that you learned today? I've had some students in class be like, well, Mr. Jones, I kind of already knew everything. Well, that sounded big-headed. I kind of had a good understanding of it coming in, and I didn't really learn anything new today. Well, you learned about Virginia Tech. So that's one thing you can say. What is one thing you are still confused about? That is pretty, self-explanatory. If you have a question, y'all be honest with me on this. If you have a question, I'm not going to go show anybody. I just need to know, maybe something I need to go back over, review, hit something a little harder. And the last question is just kind of a scale, see where you all are at. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the best, how would you rate your knowledge on rhetoric? Be honest with yourself. With 1 being I do not know it at all, and 5 being I'm very confident in my knowledge. Like I said, you all be honest about this. I will kind of make some amends, make some adjustments based off this, based off some of y'all's answers. And whenever you're finished, just make sure you hit submit. And that is the kind of explanation for the activity today. Like I said, you all, I do apologize for it being so late. Computer troubles, maybe need to get me a new laptop. Who knows? I hope not, because that's a lot of money. But if you all have any questions at all, please shoot me an email. I have in here that the due is tonight at 11:59 p.m. I'm going to go in and change that real quick because I cannot get on you all for change it to tomorrow night at 11:59 because that's not your fault at all. So if you get it done tomorrow, do not worry. It's not going to be late. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you have any questions at all, shoot me an email. I'll be glad to respond, help in any way I can. Hope you all have a great day. And again, thanks for watching.